Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Terrence Ray, and I got another stock market update for you. We just a couple hours off of the close for the week, and I wanted to dive in and wasn't even gonna do a video, but I wanted to talk about this channel. And you looking at it right here on the screen in Apple. This is almost a perfect channel. You can see that Apple's been trading in a range. We could say ever since March, we'll call it March 2nd back here. You can see we hit a top here, then we came back down, up, down, back, and you can see it just kind of trading and drifting up, right? And you can see if you make a trend line, you draw it from here. I mean, this is pretty perfect. And you can see right here, yesterday it broke down, actually started down on the second, and then we got a gap down on the second. And here was yesterday, and then here was today, this big gap down after earnings. Now, Apple's earnings, um, let's see if I can go over a little bit what was said. Um, they actually had an earnings beat, but in reference to it says at Friday's closing price of 181.99, which is where we're currently sitting, Apple was valued about 27.6 times fiscal 2024 consensus earnings per share. The iPhone maker warned on Thursday that it was headed for a fourth straight quarter of declining sales as demand continues to slow for its flagship device, especially in developed markets. Now you got to look at it like this. Um, Basically, Apple is in that part of their in that business cycle where they're not really gaining new customers, right? You either got a iPhone or you either iPhone or Android, right? And so most of the people who are, if you steal Android at this point, people are pretty much stuck in their ways. So they're not gaining new customers. They have their uh, percentage of the market share, and it doesn't seem to be growing. So now at this point, they're just replacing the iPhone, right? So you have your phone, you'll replace it and maybe get another one. And at this point, what are they really what are they really innovating on? The camera may change, you may get a few pixel increase or whatever, but other than that, you just upgrading another phone. You're just getting a new phone. You may get a different color, or some maybe the screen may be bigger, or whatever the case may be. Nothing is really changing about the phone. So you have loyal customers and they're just replacing their old phones. So they're not making new customers at this current moment. So they're actually seeing sales decline. Hence, you see this big red candle today, a gap down. And guys, the chart will tell you the story. Like whether I knew the story or not, if I just looked at this chart, I knew it was some news, right? And so for me, mainly, it's this channel and I'm watching it break out. This has the potential to be a major down move. Now, one of the what's so significant about Apple, which is the reason why I wanted to talk about it today, is Apple, and I pulled this off of Investopedia, so you can just look it up. You can Google it. Apple makes up 7.56% of the S&P 500. And the other stock that I've been talking about this week and last week is Microsoft, which makes up 6.92% of the S&P 500. And it was also down today. Tesla, which is number 5. Now, Apple was number 1. That's the largest weighting in the S&P. Number 2 was Microsoft. And then number 5 is Tesla at 2.06% of the S&P 500. That's the weighting. And Tesla was down as well. So these are the 3 charts that I want to look at that could possibly set us up for our down move going into next week, right? You don't have to hold on for dear life, or you can hold on for dear life, but you can also, instead of losing money, you can maybe break even instead of watching your portfolio go down. There are things that you can do to manage it and make money on the way down while you're holding. So we see Apple. Now, what's the setup? I don't have any levels yet, to be honest with you, because we just got this straight down move. What I would like to see, we want to see Apple actually pull back. And you know how they always say buy the dip. Well, I want to sell the rip. I'd like to see Apple pull back and on the pullback get short again. Now, can it just find a level in here? Like I can actually see some support. We got a gap right here. So we can actually get some type of support right around here at, we'll call it 177, 177, or let's say 178. That's only about $3 down. And you might even see some support right in here. Now, now this is just trading, right? Over the long haul, do I think that, Apple will continue to go up? It's quite possible, right? We're just talking about in the next, the next 2, 3 weeks, 30 days, 30 to 45 days is what we're looking at. Because I could see it turning around. But now let's look and let's just put this. I'm going to go weekly and then I'm going to go to a 5-year chart. Look at Apple. This is a weekly 5-year chart. So we coming off of, off of all-time highs. Go back 10 years. Look at this chart. So I want you guys to understand just where it's due for some type of pullback. And you can see this high right here. So yeah, we could see it maybe stalling on Monday, possibly. Um, and we want to see how it reacts to this down move, right? So instead of just jumping on it and shorting into the hole, because keep in mind it's already down. Like today, it was down $9. I would expect to see it pull back up into here somewhere, and I would like to see how it reacts when it gets back up into this level. Ideally, we want to see it make new lows. If you own the stock, this might not be a bad place to sell calls against your current stock portfolio if you didn't panic and sell out of it today. I imagine a lot of people did that. You can, once I bring up the indicators, you'll be able to see. If you look at the screen, you can see right here. Look at the volume. If you can see it, let me see if I can. I'm gonna bring this up where you can see the volume. You see them? All right. Now you see the screen. Look down here. You see this red down here. So Apple traded 116 million shares of stock today. That is crazy. So you can see that a lot of people sold today. So let's just see what happens as the market opens up coming into next week. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Now, if Apple and Microsoft turn into down moves, the rest of the market, for the most part, I'm willing to bet is going to follow suit. Because just like that's why I gave you those numbers on how much of the S&P 500 that they make up, percentage wise, the weighting. Now look at this. Look at Microsoft on this up move, and all the way up to here. And now we see we got it breaking down. Like I said, it still didn't take out this level yet. We got down here to 325 yesterday, or what is it? Probably what I think it was like 325 and some change. Next week, I expect to see it to continue its down move. Let's show the indicators. You can see we got a crossover on our moving average. If we look up here, we can see the MACD. The MACD is still strong, trending toward the downside. So let's see what we get next week with Microsoft. I think I added to my short position a little bit on Microsoft. Took off one put, closed it out for some money, and then opened up one further out in time. I think the one in Microsoft is going to linger on a little bit. So we want to continue to pick that one apart. Let's take a look at, now I hadn't looked at Tesla in a while. Let's look at Tesla. Now, you see right here with Tesla. Now, I have not, overall, I do think Tesla may continue to go up at some point, but at this point, you see how the candlesticks are riding this moving average right here. So at some point, it's getting ready to cross over. I would imagine on Monday. I wouldn't be surprised on Monday if this gaps down. If this crosses over and it gaps down and gives us a run down here to maybe 245, we get a touchdown here to 245. That's the first level in Tesla, and the next level would be 230. Now, I will be looking on Monday if, depending on how the market opens up. The market opens up this way and doesn't continue down. Although I might not jump on it. But if it opens up and gaps down a little bit, I might come down in here and see if I can find a trade around this area. Meaning I would be looking for puts around 230. Find the 230 put. Now I do my puts a little bit different from other people. I generally like to buy puts on where I think the market will go. And I couple that by looking at the option chain and getting some probabilities around what I'm buying. And I like to buy them when the momentum's already going in my direction. So that is some risky trading. So don't follow me into it if you don't follow me at all. I'm not giving you advice. Right? You gotta I like to gamble. I like to take my chances and take my shots. Right? You gotta shoot your shot sometime. Right? So with that being said, if we get down moves in Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla, what else you think gonna happen? I'm willing to bet the NASDAQ continues to go down just to take the whole market down. I don't see a I don't see the market doing some like big sell-off. This is more like control. This is a controlled sell-off. And this is healthy. We need this in the markets. You don't want to just see the market go up continuously without giving us some downward action. Because then what generally happens when you have that, then you get some type of black swan event and then the market goes down uncontrollably. Then you start getting where they have to pause the futures market. You know, you have circuit breakers. I think it's whatever they call them, where they have to stop the market. They have to halt it. The futures market goes down so much in a day, or at a certain period of time, they have to halt it. Then they open it back up and it goes down like during COVID. You know, they would halt it, open it up, it go down some more. You know, that's not healthy. But we have the market go up and then you have it correct itself a little bit. That gives you an opportunity to get better prices to buy into stocks that you really want to be in. So this is, if you don't feel comfortable trading the market going down, it's not a bad time to sit on some cash and then get ready for some buying opportunities. I myself will be looking for buying opportunities in Tesla. Um, for me, right now, just looking at this, I would like to see this gap filled right here where 240 is. 240 is not a bad place to start buying in, but I do think it'll get down to at least 230. So somewhere right around maybe 230, and my next level is what, 200. So ideally for me, I'd like to see Tesla make it all the way down to 200 before I start looking at trying to buy in to get long. Now, there's no guarantee that it's gonna make it down there, but let me go ahead and highlight that. You know, that's a level that's something that I would look at. I want to start looking at how the market reacts when it gets down here to this level right here, when it fills this gap. We can get a nice little move down here around that range. Might be able to do a little something. So hey guys, make sure you like the video. It don't cost you anything to like. Hit the subscribe button so you know when I'm gonna do a video. Uh, Share this, and also if there is, yes, if you want to see me, you got a stock or something you're looking at, or you think you might be upside down on something, you just want to hear my opinion, drop it in the chat and I'll look it up and then I'll let you know what I think. With that, guys, I'm gonna be out. Peace.